Hello, Happy New Year, Wired. How you guys doing? Rad, what's up? I'm Case, how you doing? Pocket, what's up, dude? Lane, Karu, Dan, Jishi, Manic, what's up, dude? Annette, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone's been having a good day. Man, did you see that Tim Keelis did a stream? Who? Tim Keelis? What did he do? What did he stream? Love that guy. We love Mr. Tim. What's up, Sis? How you doing? What's up, Steve? What's up, guys? What's up, Vicky? 12, what's up, dude? He built Frank's board. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you know what? That makes sense. Frank has a board coming up that I even want to take a look at. Ripping some Pokemon card packs. Perfect time for the stream. Ooh. I still have to do my Pokemon card packs, the digital ones anyways. I haven't really been playing that game much. I played a little bit of Path of Exile yesterday, but we did our very last like friend thing yesterday, and I am exhausted. I think I am socialed out for the next like few weeks at the very least. So tired, man. So tired. And then I woke up because I washed my hair last night and I didn't dry it properly, and I woke up and I don't know if you guys have ever had this where your hair like takes the form of how you're sleeping, and oh my god, it took forever. I didn't feel like washing it again, so I kind of just had to like reset it, you know. God, it's been a morning. Day good so far. Probably going to continue my Cyberpunk 2077 playthrough. Dude, do it. That sounds good. Sounds like a nice chill Sunday. Honestly, I did a lot of writing yesterday. I didn't get to play too much Path of Exile, but I should restart Cyberpunk, by the way. The new Pokemon sets are getting crazy, like crazy, even the Japanese ones. Explain how. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I can't complain. I feel like the day sort of just started, so I'm not like, you know, I'm
Alex,
not too wild into it yet, but you toy, Happy New Year, man. Get to watch stream while doing the tedious prep for reinstalling Windows. Oh my god, dude. Bad hair day, I know it well. Yeah, today is one of my bad hair. Actually, I need a haircut. My hair's been growing like crazy. But yeah, look. See how it's like all frizzy in the back and stuff? I hate when that happens. Had one of those bra moments earlier and I'm inspired. Dude, why did I switch scenes? I need to find a better way to just get like fully inspired for writing. Yesterday, I don't know why, I was just like super inspired and I wrote more than I've written all week. But I feel like with creative stuff, you kind of have to hit that like, you know, that moment of inspiration for it to like fast forward your train of thought almost. Yesterday was one of those days for me. Grateful that it was one of those days for me. Super grateful. But yeah, it's weird with creative stuff. You kind of hit blocks every now and then it all just kind of like flows out one day. I don't know. Just price scalping. Booster boxes went for 3 times MSRP. Oh, dude, I saw some of those videos of people posting themselves in like Costco picking up, you know, like 40 boxes of Pokemon cards. I don't know, man. Fucking so crazy. I don't know how I feel about it anymore. It's mostly negative thoughts, tell you that much. But yeah, crazy, man. Hello, what's up, Sasori? How you doing? Yeah, weird might be the best term to describe it. What did you guys do yesterday? Anything fun? Anything? You guys play some games or just hang out, just chill? The 151 cards are the worst offenders. That's, I think, what I saw was people scalping those particular sets, from what I understand. Like, that's the hot commodity item right now. But I'm not too sure. Yeah. We had a really nice fancy dinner. Ooh, what'd you have for dinner? Italian spot. Dude, I haven't been to an Italian spot in a long time. Bro, Chris, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That was me last night, bro. I slept for like 11 hours as well. It was crazy. It all had to flow and catch up now, I guess, right? What's up, Lego? Happy Sussy Sunday. Happy Sunday, dude. Built my Demium. How'd that turn out? Built my Portico. Damn, the Portico's a nice one. That was an oldie, right? How am I doing today? I can't complain. Today is going to be filled with basically breaking down boxes. I need to get rid of a lot of the boxes that are sitting in this studio here. We've just had such a busy week with the holidays. I think this is probably the most we've done. Oh, I've done. I won't speak for I won't speak for my girlfriend, but the most I've ever done for any holiday, like ever. I am so drained. It's been fun, like don't get me wrong, it's cool to see everyone, but it definitely is like mentally tasking and draining. Like a lot of the, not for nothing, and I'm appreciative that I got to do so much cool things this week, but it's just, I haven't had a chance to do anything else I want to do, like work-wise and just like personal-wise. It's just been, I've been kind of struggling in that sense, I guess. But have I found my screwdriver? No, not yet. I looked a little bit this morning and I could not find it, and I just gave up. I think it's in the bottom of all the boxes that I have to break down for all this IKEA furniture, but it's going to be another task later today. I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, man. Have I gone to the post office yet? Not yet, no. That's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going, because I have to go anyways, I have to do a drop-off. So tomorrow's going to be the day. I haven't had a chance. It's just been so busy. Like, it's been family and friends the last, like, week. And I have no opportunities to do anything I can for myself here. The few moments I get is just spent working and just doing some work stuff. That's literally it. I got their veal cutlet special, a nice Manhattan to drink. They're masters at their craft. That sounds good, Manic. That sounds really good, actually. How do you have so many different looking Encore Series 2? I only have 2. I have the 2 that I was sent over by Mode to when we took a look at them. And I think, didn't I interchange some of the parts just to take a look at too? I might have done that as well. Jasmine T and some Alex Stream 10 out of 10. Very, very appreciative, Static. Appreciate you there, man. Dude, that's very kind. Also, I'm 1 episode away from finishing. I don't know if there's anything else anymore this month, but Silo has been super good so far. Very, very, dude. I want to talk more about the TV show stuff, but I think I just need to make a Discord channel and put spoilers in the title of the Discord channel. But very interesting. Silo's been good. Squid Games is next. And then I think you guys convinced me to start this. I might start Vikings. I think some of you guys said it was pretty good. But Peaky Blinders I've seen. But I might start Vikings next. I think that's my next show that I kind of want to get into. But I'm not too sure. It's on the list, but next is definitely Squid Games. That's my next series. Is there more than one? I didn't know there was more than one. I need to watch Band of Brothers 2, Ad. You're right. The Expanse. Why does it sound so familiar? I paused Silo to watch some Netflix stuff like Edge Runners, Arcade Season 2, and Squid Games. We're having trouble getting into Arcane. I think it's just because, again, we can't really remember too much of what happened in Season 1, so we're just having a bit of a mental block, maybe. I don't know what to call it. But it's been a little challenging to get into Arcane Season 2. I don't know, man. It's just been a little crazy. You got a spot in the Fukro group buy? Dude. Hell yes. Which color did you get? Do you know which color you got yet? Or is it like a mystery type thing? I don't remember how that particular group buy is working. A Mandalorian season coming? Is there? Dude, I don't mean to get on this train again. I feel like every time we end up talking about TV shows, I end up here. Did you guys like the more recent seasons of Mandalorian? I only liked Season 1 and bits of Season 2. Like, everything else from Mandalorian after that just felt crappy. I don't know. I don't mean to go into this conversation again. But yeah, Mandalorian I feel like was a bit of a letdown afterwards. I haven't liked Mando since Season 2. The first 2 seasons. I don't know. It just didn't feel good to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see if they're going to do something else. Maybe it'll be better. Who knows? Between the Sakura Keelans, HMX Kinglands, and HMX Snow Crash, what you recommend? I'm going to put the Key Geek on the very top. I've been really, really, really liking Key Geek switches a lot. I think Key Geek stuff has a much fuller sound profile than most, if not all, HMX stuff. But if I were to pick one of those HMX switches, I didn't really care too much about the Kinglands. I would actually say the Snow Crashes sounded a bit better, and I have not used those Sakura switches. So I can't give you a good, I guess, recommendation there. But I would definitely say Key Geek has some of the more fuller sound profiles. HMX still very good, but definitely more fuller there. I'm actually, in the next few days, I was going to do it this weekend, but I got actually caught up in writing the rest of the other article. But I'm going to be doing another like best of 2024 or best switches coming into 2025. I think that might be the title of the article, or recommendations for switches as of 2025. I'm going to pick five or six switches and then do a little recommendation list for you guys. Matthew Encina gave me a great idea, by the way, which I'm going to be starting ASAP. I need to fill your Google form as well? For which one, Zany? I'll do that this evening. Oh, for the recommendation thing. Or for the awards, whatever. Matthew gave me a great idea, which was, I'm going to be writing, like, my goal this year is to write more articles regarding, like, how-tos for keyboards. I'm going to be doing some small videos that I'm just going to embed inside the articles. But Matthew gave me a great idea in which I'm basically going to create like a little command here as well as on my other socials, which is just going to be a link to all these resources. And I also redid my website kind of categories a smidge to where the resources just make more sense to find. So if you guys are, I don't know, if you guys need resources, I'll be having more resources in the next coming month or two. But yeah, just a lot more written stuff. Kind of like Keyboard University, just not as... I found with Keyboard University, as great as a resource as that is, it didn't go into some of the super specifics or maybe some of the more modern approaches to how you do things. So you could also do a documentary or an article on how hard it is to live with hands that bend every object it touches. Bro, you know, some of you guys, for most like inspiring keyboard, you guys just put like bent desk, or best keyboard accessory, you guys put like bent desk. Do you guys know that? You guys did that to me? So I was going through that thing this morning and I'm just like, why did so many people put bent desk? I didn't. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, dude. I panicked when looking at the Google form with best keyboards of 2024. I couldn't remember a single keyboard from last year. Maybe that's a sign just like to, you know, like as weird as this sounds, Lane, maybe nothing was memorable in that sense for you, you know? Would you expect anything less from your community? Nah, dude, I love you guys. It was funny reading it, man. It was real funny. I got to admit, I had a good little chuckle. But actually, I don't know. Some other stuff I'm going to be focusing on this week. I want to get back into the... Actually, I'll go back to this soon. I want to get back into like a little bit of exercise. Even if it's just cardio. I feel like I need to again. I feel like I've been a little bit stagnant. Even though I move around enough, I feel, per day. I don't know. I just feel a bit stagnant recently. Whoa, man. Yeah. I feel like off the bandwagon effect. Yeah, I feel weird. And then my next goal, I guess this year, in the next few months, is I want to install better lighting in this studio. I feel like the light I have now, it's smaller and it's sufficient, but I feel like I need one triple the size. Only because there's some stuff I want to do and a bigger light would probably be helpful. Or I want to install these, they're like fake sunroof lights that you can put on the ceiling that mimic kind of natural light. And they're interesting concepts. Some of them even have like UV ratings that you can add to it to help you with like, you know, or not UV, whatever you need for vitamin D, right? So some of those even have that, which is interesting. So I'm going back to the gym this year. I've been putting it off for way too long. Yeah, this is definitely one of those things where I need to just get back on it, man. What do you normally do at the gym? Do you know what the secret keyword giveaway was? No, can't tell you guys. That's up to the person who won. I still have the fake window, but I don't use it anymore. It's technically, I mean, you guys can kind of see it. I don't know why I turned off the music. Better to focus. I have this in the background that when I turn it off, hold on, I'll show you this. This is kind of my new fake window light type thing, and I can kind of angle it, you know, in different ways here. So this is kind of what I have now. It's nice, I feel. I feel like this is sufficient for what I need. I think if I were to put, like, in my old space, there was bigger distance from like this corner to the camera, so the effect looked a little bit nicer. When I tried the fake window light, it kind of just looked silly. I think this kind of makes the scene just look a little bit more professional without being a little bit too overbearing.
I spy with my little eye a Balder65 with KTT roses.
You are correct. It is KTT roses. But yeah, I feel like this is a little bit more professional. And then the only thing that I need to get done with like this particular space is I need to get this out of the way and paint that wall. That is basically like this needs to move. This camera stand needs to move here. And then all the stuff here I want to clear off. Eventually I want to make shelving here. I don't know, or something. But not for now. It's too expensive. Everything's too expensive. I just do standard workouts like working legs, abs, and arms, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, honestly, whatever you need to get done, you know? Going full mole man down there. Well, the thing is with natural light, it's so inconsistent here in Toronto. And I know some people say that like they base their whole setups off natural light, and I could technically move just the streaming aspect of what I do to like a room with natural light. But then I still need to make lighting because, dude, I don't know if anyone else here from Toronto feels this way, but like there are certain days where there's just no sunlight and you cannot do nothing and it's just gloomy. And I feel like we've had way too many gloomy days over the last year and a half. Even when I was working out of my last space where I was surrounded by windows, it was just easier for me to black out the room and then just turn on this light. There was only a handful of times where the light worked and I felt like it was consistent, where I'd be able to be like, okay, it's natural light time today. And it looked great, but it was so inconsistent. It might be better in other parts of the world, but for Toronto, we don't get enough of those beautiful sunny days that I can justify working in a room with tons of natural light and relying on that. It'd be nice, but I can't justify it, unfortunately. Would be nice though. But it's too sunny over here. I wish we had that problem. Have you used KeyGeek Y1Xs? Dude, yes. They're pretty good. I've used them 3 or 4 times now. They're really good. But I want to show you guys today's keyboard. Today's keyboard is the Shelby65. And, okay, if you guys remember the original Shelby, it was a TKL. It looked great. And I'm really happy that we get to look at a 65% variation of this. Also, TT Keep, thank you so much for the raid, man. Hope your stream was good. The original Shelby was really, really pretty. I'm glad that Swag Keys has decided that they're going to make a 65 variant to this. I think the 65 for me is a smidge more exciting than the TKL, although I love TKLs. I think TKLs and 60s and 65s are wonderful layouts. I'm using a Shelby 80 now. Dude, it's nice. Let me get the box to show you guys. I already kind of have a theme for today's build, so don't hate me. I'm not going to let you guys pick keycaps today. Only because I know what the board looks like. Also, what's up, guys? What is the keyboard? What is this for? What is this for a keyboard and what keycaps are we using? For the keyboard I'm building today, we're building a Shelby. And if you're looking at this keyboard, this is the Orbit with Boneyard. Can you let us Gamba? I mean, I don't... If you guys want. I can't really do much about the Gamba stuff. Alright. Now, when it comes to pricing and when this is going to be available, unfortunately, Swag Keys didn't give me too much information. I did ask for some extra info that I can possibly read or digest about the Shelby65. They didn't really give me much. The only thing that I have information-wise is the 3.5mm gaskets go on the bottom and the 1mm go on the top. That is the only info that I have about the whole keyboard. It is a prototype. I don't know when this is going to be released. I don't know pricing. All we're really going to be doing today, just so everyone understands, is we're going to be taking a look at this. We're going to be as critical as possible. They did send this over. I don't think they need this back, so we're probably going to be end up keeping this. Like the other Shelby, though, we're going to be giving a bunch of these things away eventually. So these are for us to keep here, but you guys usually end up getting them, just to be transparent. But again, today is not going to be too much focused on pricing just because I don't have that information and it's probably going to be changing, just like the release date. It's going to be more about the board today. What's up, Suzu? Have you seen the Optica? Yes, we had a problem with the Optica and they're sending us another one to build.
Alex, can you put the keycaps back in the box and give it a good shake so we can gamble on?
Oh my god. Dude, this green is sick. This is such a good green. I feel like maybe this angled variation is better for the color of it, because maybe the light's reflecting too much here, but absolutely stunning. There's some plastic we need to take off on this. I'll do that afterwards. Absolutely stunning, dude. That side profile on this guy too. Look at this. Again, it takes basically the Shelby 80 and then shrinks it down to the 65 format here. Dude, the side profile, gorgeous. The gradient of light and just the way that this works here is gorgeous. The weight sticking out a little bit, giving you a little bit of flare on the side profile is very pretty. The way this kind of tapers in and angles in on the side too. If it wants to focus, sorry guys. Like here and here, I think that is... I don't know why my camera always has problems with this. This is super, super pretty. The peaked out weight's gorgeous. Here's how the back looks. Again, very reminiscent to the Shelby 80. It's directly the Shelby 80 in this sense. I don't have the Shelby 80 here because we gave it away to you guys. The back. Here, we'll do the peel now, I guess. Can I do the peel now? Or do I have to take off the whole weight? That's a great question. Nope, we can do it now. This is like a very high quality plastic. Could technically leave that on. It does look like there's some little marks here, so we'll have to wipe them off, but... I mean, it looks great. Countdown to fingerprints. I mean, there's already some what looks like marks, but... yeah, they come off easily. Just some residue maybe from that film. You can see it's pretty much off now. We'll give it a better cleaning afterwards. Gorgeous, though. Absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, even some fancy screws. They say swag keys on the screws, I believe. So some nice screws to boot with this. I don't remember if the Shelby 80 had these. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Wow. Favorite green? Yeah. On the insides, you can see it has some of those ridges, which can help with sound diffusion, as well as this will help lower the board. In terms of front height, let's find out what front height this keyboard has. Again, we don't have feet on right now, but we shall see. Actually, it might be easier for me to switch to this view for you guys for this. Looks like we're looking at about an 18 point, we'll say 18.3, 18.4 millimeters. My head's in the way. So pretty nice front height on this as well. We don't have a price yet, nor do I have a release date. So unfortunately, I can't give you guys that information. They didn't send that over. I did ask again this morning. I said, hey, do you have any more information about the Shelby65 that I can read before the stream? The only information that I've received in the last week or two is just some basic stuff about the build. And then the daughter board is going to be underneath the weight, it does look like. We'll have to take a look at that. But very, very pretty. You can see this is where the gaskets are going to go, right and over here. Very pretty. Typing angle, I don't know. This sort of looks like a 7 or 6.5. But very, very pretty. So, let's actually disassemble the case. Actually, yeah, let's do the internals first. Let's do some of the, the guts of the keyboard here. This is begging for BRG. Well, maybe we'll do BRG then. Maybe that's what I've already picked out. I got the Newfie Silent Red clear tops for Christmas, and they are amazing. I had to snip the useless plastic thingy so they'd fit in. Silent Red clear tops. I didn't even know they made those. Did they send 2 PCBs? I'm glad you're liking them though, Crispy. So they sent an FR4 with foam and hot swab, which I don't think I want to use today. I think today is an aluminum day. I was watching your latest Salvation build to build my own Salvation, and that you said you were looking for the new upcoming Star Wars game. Oh, dude. Do I want to rant about that today too? I didn't like this new Star Wars game. It had a lot of bugs when it first came out, and I felt like they were game-breaking bugs, so I ended up not watching it at all, or not playing it at all. I just couldn't play it. Like, it was just so buggy and shit. So, but yeah, I couldn't get back into it. Maybe I should give it another go. All right, PCB. I don't know why this feels sort of like a 1.2 mil, but I'm not 100% positive. I guess let's find out. It is a 1.2 mil PCB. Well, 1.2 mil. I don't know if this will come in a 1.6 variant. I wonder if the hot swap version is any different. Not that it really matters, by the way, guys. The only reason I'm criticizing, or not criticizing, pointing that out, is because some people prefer different things. So this doesn't really, it's not a point of criticism. I do personally find, though, with 1.6 mil PCBs, they do sound a smidge fuller. This is also 1.2. But I also have no quarrels with 1.2 mil PCBs. You will need to make sure you use stab shims, which I believe the original Shelby was also 1.2 if I remember correctly. Here is our plate. We have some excellent use of relief cuts. And if you guys want to know why relief cuts would matter, basically, this is actually a really nice cut right over here. Not a lot of people utilize these type of things. It's going to make the spacebar area more independent and not as rigid, even though it's going to be on the PCB. I really like this. There's no... I mean, they could have technically put a mounting point right over here, but with this leaf spring design, it wouldn't have impacted it much at all. Just because, again, it has a relief cut on it. Pretty nice. I like plates like this a lot. Original was 1.2, but they released a newer 1.6 non-flex cut PCB. I wonder why they didn't. I wonder why they didn't actually release a 1.6 here for this. Again, my normal, I guess, remarks when it comes to why they didn't release things. You may deter customers when it comes to things like that. So always good to have some sort of, extra things. I know it's extra SKUs though, so I get that. We have, I think these are the gaskets, I want to say so. These are the feet. Looks like you got two different color feet. And I think that's everything in the box. The transition is based off the Shelby, is it not? I think it is, right? I think it is. I'm pretty positive the transition is. If memory serves. Let's put some feet on. I think we're just going to use black feet for this. I think the white or gray feet might stick out like a sore thumb here. I think there's two different colors. Oh, this is clear. Do I want to use clear? No, I think we use black for this. But no, nice overall design. I would love to know the price point of this. Maybe they'll respond to me sometime during the stream, but yeah, I myself wouldn't pick up a 1.2 mil PCB if I were given that option. Honestly, I don't think I would consider buying a board if it only had 1.2 mil PCB options. Yeah, and it's just, from my perspective, I get the designers do stuff based off what they design, and this could sound amazing, right? However, I think from my point of view, if you want a product to be successful in a customizable atmosphere, I get making decisions are important, and you kind of have to stick to your guns there. However, it is nice to understand that people have different preferences, and if you want the board to do super well in a commercial space, I guess, you kind of have to give people those options. But it doesn't have flex cuts. 1.2, like I said, isn't a deal breaker for me personally. So for that, I don't mind. I think I'm more happy it just doesn't have flex cuts. Not my cup of tea, flex cuts. All right. Usually I'm on the 1.6 mil train, but I bought a 1mm Galaxy for the Frog because it was on sale for $30, and I feel like being silly. Have you got it in yet, Rufus? The 1.0s, man, are crazy. Those ones there are wild. But in terms of PCP configurations here, we have some LEDs, indicators for the caps lock, which is cool. I don't know if you guys can spot those. And then we have the standard array of options, which is great. No ISO though, so if you're an ISO lover, no ISO for you. But But yeah, pretty standard array of options for a solderable PCB. For a 65, I feel like this is the norm, I'd say. Like, this is what I normally would expect out of most PCBs. Double spacebar options, step caps are regular, and then split backspace. Some people may prefer having some split options over here for solderable PCB. Usually I kind of look for that too. But again, maybe makes no sense because there's no ISO, but... No ISO, even though British. Yeah, that's fine. Only other thing I would need is split space options. Are split space options usually that common, I wonder? I find they're kind of not as common these days on keyboards. Like, I feel like when you do get them, it's a nice treat, but I don't expect it all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. +1 points for me for just having the caps lock LED, even if most of my sets aren't windowed. Yeah, I mean, I have a few sets that take advantage of this, and I always appreciate having an indicator LED there. It's good. I like it. And then what other things do we have on this PCB? A reset button, JST connector on the side over here. I guess this is not really a criticism, but I want to point out something that's not on this PCB that's on other PCBs. There is a trend going on with some of the nicer PCBs in the community where you get like a little array of extra diodes. I'm going to say this as someone who does a lot of repairs for keyboards too. Bro, those extra diodes go so far. If I could convince every person who's making a customizable PCB just to throw in like at least 3 extra diodes. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. I have other boards in which we've shown off like a window of, it says extra diodes on it. Dude, those go so hard, bro. I fully recommend anyone who's designing of PCBs, if you find yourself with some empty space in a PCB, throw in some extra diodes for us. Sometimes these fall off during transit. Unfortunate, nothing you can really do. But it is nice. It is nice to have. But nice little LEDs on the caps lock again. Nice PCB. Guys, we're using BRG, okay? This is the set I took out for today, okay? This is the set. Look, we're going to be using it. Please. No one hate me. We're going to be using it. I already thought, we know? Okay. It only made sense. It only made sense. Alright, let's do some stabilizers. We got some of the Swag Keys Night Stabs V2. I don't know what standard B means. Maybe this is like a 1.2 mil? I don't have full green BRG, no. I don't know if you guys noticed, I did update the stabilizer ranking page. I think Night Stabs are still in the top 3, but I did have to move up the Type Plus. Type Plus have been serving me super well. They're some of the easier, I would say they're a smidge easier to lube than the Night Stabs. They just, I feel like the Night Stabs, I've had to do a smidge of tuning afterwards, where most of the Type Plus stabs, if I lube them like just a little heavier than normal, they are amazing, and I don't have to touch them up at all. I don't know. I've been really enjoying the Type Plus. At first, I was a bit more critical about them when they first came out, but I guess as I've been using them more and more, they're super nice. Are Type Plus clip-ins? No, that's the only... Here's the weird thing about my stab ranking sheet. Cherry's unbeaten for me because of price point and the fact that they're clip-ins. I guess there's takeaways you can say for both of them. Like Cherry needs a lot of work to sound good, or just a normal amount of work, I'd say. However, you can use Cherry for things that need O-rings. For this, you can't use these for O-ring builds. Now, these you can use technically for 1.2 mil PCBs, because you have these shims that come with it. So it's nice. Then you have Cherry clip-ins, which don't have these. You might need to buy these shims, and they're a little bit tricky to work with shims. So there's good and bad things for both. I do think the Cherry clip-ins still come in at the number 1 spot, just due to pricing and the fact that they work with majority of boards more so. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't know. It's going to be very, very very difficult for me to dethrone cherry clip-ins at this point here. They just work too well for everything, for me at the very least. I'm having some difficulty with Type Plus. I couldn't get mine on the Encore spacebar to be good. Lube-wise, or what do you mean by that, Annette? I guess we do need these, huh? I think I finally understand why I'm even like keyboards. It's because it makes writing covers letters bearable. You guys mentioned that the other day when I said I really like writing articles and I can't figure out why. And you're like, because you use keyboards. And I was like, maybe that's what it is. Really, I find Type Plus to be amazing on spacebars. I am full on the Type Plus train at this point here. Hello, Alex. Just joined. Can I see the case closer? Green is my thing. Of course you can. Of course. Look at this anno. Some dust has already settled. My room is really dusty this last week because of all the furniture stuff, but look at this green, man. Look at that. You can even see you guys in the reflection there chatting away. Is there no Canadian vendors with Type Plus stabs? I'm surprised Desk Hero doesn't have them. That is surprising. Chef really coming in here and just bringing in bad feelings, bro. Chefs really come in here and say, did you ever get your whiteboard? No, man, I didn't. They strung me along for a while, Chef. And eventually, when I tried to call them in just to get a refund, they fought me tooth and nail, saying that I lost the package in shipping and I had to deal with Pure later. I was like, man, I didn't even get it. Like, what are you talking about? So, no, I didn't get it. And they actually caused me a bunch of headaches. And I'm probably never going to order a single other thing from Pottery Barn ever in my entire life. That was my first and last ever time ordering from that company. And they're a big company, too, which is stupid. And I know they're owned by a whole bunch of things, and they have like a whole bunch of different like sub-brands and all that jazz, but God, dude. I think it's been a long time since I've had to deal with something like that. Alex is traumatized now? Absolutely. Time to go with the good old Dollarama whiteboard. Well, there's a few things I'm going to be doing in terms of like getting the room to look a little nicer still. It's just a matter of finding the time. Like, I think I now get why my dad growing up has always been like, yeah, I'll get to it one day. When it comes to projects around, you know, the place you live in. Because it's just like, I was always as a kid, I'm like, why doesn't he just do it now? We have so much time. No, you don't. If you're working a full-time job and then you're also like want to do home stuff and then you also have to like go do chores, I get it now. I get it. It fully makes sense to me. It's like my dad and myself and the rest of my extended family. Alex, off-topic question. I think in the Orbit 2 video stream, you pointed out that there are JWK hot swaps instead of Kale. Is JWK better? I don't think there's one better than the other. I just don't like the Kale ones because they added this metal piece that... This is such a minor thing. They added this metal piece that when you go to lay it down on like a felt cloth or just any cloth in that matter, it like pulls and destroys your cloth. It's such a stupid thing to criticize, but that's why I don't like it. Okay, this is good. We're good for straightness on this. Goddamn realest convo ever. I know it sounds like I'm just being a whiny brat at this point, but yeah, I get why some of these house projects and home projects and place of living projects take forever now when you're doing it yourself. I get it. Makes sense now. I understand. Plus those sockets make it harder to solder on and desolder. Yeah, actually, very good point, Himmel. Himmel makes an excellent point. Those little extra metal bits, if you ever have to resolder something, makes them a pain in the butt to deal with. Insanely valid point. The most valid. Even the pins on the inside have gotten weaker. I guess, see, here's my thing. I don't have good longevity reports that I can give you guys on those because I don't and please don't, I know there's gonna be like 4 people in chat who are like, Alex doesn't like hot swap. I like hot swap. It's just, I use solderable PCBs for my main stuff more often, so I don't have a lot of long-term experience with like the new Kale hot swap stuff. Like if they're good a year down the road, using them every single day. It's just not something I can give you guys, unfortunately. In my humble opinion, though, I still think if you're going to go with hot swap and want the best of hot swap, it may be better for you to invest in Milmax sockets. That might be the better choice, albeit the more expensive choice. That's what a solder elitist would say. Okay, you know what? Is this an 8K Hertz PCB? I highly doubt it. Plus, I don't know how many people actually need 8K polling rate PCBs. Is there going to be an option for the weight or just PVD? I think it's just going to be PVD'd. I didn't get much info. I'm going to be just looking at the green one as what it is today. I don't even know the other colors. I think a few other people received, a black, a silver, and a red unit. I don't know. They didn't give me much information past just how to put the gaskets when I've asked for information, so nice.
Alex, why do you hate hot swap so much? Why do you hate people who like hot swap?
What the?
Why do you hate me? Lamau, just kidding, I know why you like solder more, it doesn't bend, he he he.
Oh my gosh. I don't hate anyone for liking solder. First of all, Burn. Love you, Burn. Was the 8K Hertz PCB for the Shelby 80 after or with release? I can't remember now. As far as I know, this is just a standard PCB though. I think they would have said something to me. Like 2 years after? Okay. I don't think that's going to be this one here then. Why are Neo Stabs so low on your ranking? They're pretty much the same as already clipped in cherries. The truth is, it's good luck sourcing them. I don't like ordering from KP Republic at all. I've always had really slow shipping times, and also the only other place I found them on sale, like for sale app, was AliExpress, and then some random like carousel vendors, which I'm just not confident in ordering from. Can you even buy the Neo Stabs from QWERTY Keys themselves? I could not find it on their website when I was looking yesterday. So for me, if you get them free, that's why I said if you get them free with your keyboard, they're fantastic, and I would not recommend buying anything else. But just to source them, that's kind of where it loses me, because no one's really selling them. And let's just say you get a set, and then suddenly you need maybe 2 more stabs for another build. You're going to have to source them from a website that's not like the best. You know what I mean? So nice.
Chef_B0 ats gifted a tier 1 sub to the Rye Guy 33.
Thank you, Chef. I appreciate the sub, man. Seriously, dude. Thank you for the love, bro. But yeah, that's my reasoning as to why it didn't score as high. Maybe the Hot Swap Manta can come with Milmax? I can talk to Bowl about that.
Alex, ban that blasphemer, how dare he insult your prized cherry clip-in.
Oh my god, dude. That sounded angry from the TTS, too. That's crazy. Sounded angry and urgent. Oh, dude, Chef, you are all good. I am just teasing, bro. I'm very curious if this board will sound good, because I didn't like the Shelby 80. I'm hoping. I mean, do you guys want me to use Gateron deeping switches, the 3.7 mil, or I prepared some Cherry Nixies? I'll let you guys pick what switches you guys want to use today. Something with standard travel. Did you do an article covering stabs? Yeah, it's on my website. I need to make links here for this, but it's on my website. It's under the resource tab now. I covered basically every single stab that I've ever used. At least, my rule of thumb is I have to use it at least 5 times. I think most people want Nixies today. Hyperglides? I don't have Hyperglides prepared though. Will I see a day in my life where Alex tries new switches? No. What the fuck? What is this shade I'm getting? Didn't I try a new switch like literally 2 days ago? Oh my god, dude. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy to me. What is this shade? The deepings? We've tried both switches. It's crazy, dude. I don't want Nixies, I want MX Blacks. I don't have any MX2As prepared, though. That was a kill shot. It's okay, I'm here for you guys to laugh, that's all. There was an era where Alex was trying a new switch every stream and we all complained that we didn't have standardized switches to compare boards with. That is actually the fucking truest conversation I can tell you guys. Listen here, okay? There was an era where I was trying new switches. Like, this is like not even 2 years ago. I tried new switches every stream and everyone complained. I'm not kidding you guys. There were so many people who were like, well, I don't even know how this board would sound. How would this board sound with like cherry switches? I made the decision to swap to just using a more of a standardized alt account. Oh my fucking god. Dude, Aryu is playing with me today, dude. I went to the decision to use more standardized sounding switches, and people liked it at first, but now people want me to use more random switches, which I've been mixing in, to be fair. Well, this nylon doesn't sound like other nylon? Yeah. Alex understands intimately that you cannot win as a content creator. The only thing I can win at, that I've learned over the last 4 or 5 years of doing this, is that I am going to be always two things to everyone, right? A punching bag for things, and someone to laugh at.
Chef_B0 ats gifted a tier 1 sub to Footfingers.
Thank you, Chef. Appreciate that, man. So now that I've understood that I am literally a punching bag and someone to laugh at, and if I embrace those things full-heartedly, like just with every ounce of my body, then we're good. I understand now. And then if we happen to make some good points, some good calls, and people can take away some good, things from this stream, then I'm good. My mission is completed. You always be a cutie to me? Damn, dude, that's too kind. All right. How about someone to love? Thank you, Aaron. A punching bag and a parasocial friend, what a combo. I've always thought the parasocial conversation is interesting when it comes to video games, because you're not really paying attention to chat as much. But I feel like with the keyboard community, I still understand the realm of the parasocial, I guess, interactions, but I feel like it's less of it. I feel like there's more genuine conversations happening. And, not for nothing, I would say there's even some more real relationships that I actually form. Not just between, like, viewer and myself, but, like, even with all of us, like, we've all kind of formed, like, a big community in that sense. And I sort of feel like, yes, it still exists, but not as much. All right, let's loop these. What did I... this is actually great that I even have these resources written down, because I feel like with the night stabs, I feel like I want to use... Oh, the table of contents is glitching out again. Okay, I'll have to fix that after stream. 205 for these. I feel like you can still probably get away with dielectric grease, but I'm just going to use 205. This is actually an Series 7 watch. I got it a long time ago, whenever the Series 7 came out. I loved wearing it. The gold was the only one. I don't think I would have picked the gold today, but the gold was like all they had in stock at the time. And I got to admit, it is handy to have. I have not worn it in like a year and a half, and I've been telling myself I should make use of it, because it does have some handy features. And I think lately I've been wearing it more and really been enjoying it. What's the time? 10:49, I think it said? Or no, 1:49. I've misread that. 1:49. I don't remember the time even. The stab article is goated for seeing what lube to use in a quick how-to. Yeah, dude, that was the whole premise of it and why I decided to make that whole article. I like that article. It's like one of my favorite articles I've written. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Apple Watches are crazy expensive these days, and I think there's a lot of good features. I'm seriously considering, if I can wear this for the next month and like it, this sounds ridiculous, but the only reason I want the new one is because it has a sleep apnea feature. And I kind of want that, as well as some of the new like health stuff. So I'd be very tempted to trade this in and, do that, switch it up. ETA on top switches article. I would say in the next 3 or 4 days. It's written, I just need to take photos and do sound tests now. So I'm going to do the same thing like I did last time, where I'm going to put the switches on a few keyboards, or I guess one keyboard, one standardized keyboard for the article, and then just type on it. So I feel like I'm naked if I'm not wearing a watch. Forgot to wear mine yesterday and it fell off the entire time. It's a bit of a, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a learning curve for me to have this on now, because I feel like I don't like it on, but my Apple Watch Ultra is my pride and joy. It's the reason I'm shredded. For real, Ray? You like it that much? I don't even know the difference between the Ultra and the regulars. I have not looked it up, so. The vendor for this board will be Swag Keys. Again, I don't really have pricing or availability yet. This was a prototype, and they didn't send me over that information. I did ask prior to stream, as well as try to get some more information before this, but I didn't get anything. I think it's just because literally it's a prototype. Or maybe they just forgot to send me that info. Regardless, if you guys want to keep up on the board, it's going to be on Swag Keys' website. Maybe even check their Discord. The Apple Watch is goated when it comes to working out. Yeah, I guess I just don't still know the difference between the Ultra and the regulars. Like, why? I was looking at it, and it does seem like it does seem like it's visually nicer, but let me guess the article. Nixies, Milky Yellows, Nixies, more Nixies, and Nixies. No. It's gonna be different than that. Why you gotta call me out? Like, dude, Aryu is not having me today, bro. That's crazy. The main differences are that the Ultra has a flat display framed by the chassis, which is more durable. Interesting. Okay. Do I need durability, though? The bigger battery life is nice. Is it worth a premium, though? I don't know. Okay, these are done. Let's get this closed up here. My daily wear are a Citizen chronograph and a G-Shock for work. Love those watches. I used to be sort of into watches. I didn't really partake in buying, but I liked looking them up. It was really nice. I think I was like in my early 20s when I was perusing the market for these things. Oh, little off topic going off the watch topic for 1 second. The other reason why I really like the Type Plus stabs, their adhesive stab shims are elite. They're so good compared to the FR4 stab stems that you get with this. These are nice, don't get me wrong, but the adhesive ones are seriously elite, dude. They're so handy to have. Let's get a screwdriver. I still don't know where my other screwdriver is, so we're just gonna use... actually, do I even know where the other one is now? Did I lose that one there too? Oh, goodness me. Oh, right here. We're gonna have to use this still. So you like Swag Keys over Type Plus? I like the Type Plus ones a smidge more. These are not the adhesive ones. These are just FR4. But yeah, I'm still on the train of, I think I'm more into the Type Plus. What bit do I need for this? Just a Phillips? Phillips. Okay, I shouldn't need... Oh, this is being weird now. Might have to just manually screw this in. Love the new resource tab, easy to find the most important stuff. Yeah, and there's gonna be more stuff. Like, I'm still waffling if I want to put like top keyboards and resources. I don't think that's a true resource per se. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think that's just gonna be left in the keyboards tab, and resources is just literally gonna be like legitimate tutorials or, I don't know, recommend like maybe more in-depth part recommendations rather than just a keyboard thing type jazz. Where's my regular screwdriver? So we used it when we were building the furniture. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I put it down. And we put it down somewhere, and I think we ended up putting it inside one of the boxes that's in like our recycling thing. Because I have to go through them anyways to break them all down, but I really don't know where I put it. I'm even missing a bit for this too. So. Do you have a preference between all the milky yellow variants? I like the full milky yellow the best. In second place, I would say the ones with the black bottoms are nice. But yeah, full milky yellow is definitely more my vibe. I will tell you guys one switch that's not going to be leaving the top 5 that I don't use as often, but I really want to use. It's probably still going to be the golden yellow cap 2s. I think those are still, I don't know. I think they're going to be remaining on the list. I do want to order a few more of those actually. How far progressed is the Manta? I mean, it's being manufactured right now. The prototype anyways. I think last I spoke to Bull is we're getting those end of, or maybe after Chinese New Year. So don't expect it like right away, because we still need to go through it and make sure all the pieces work and, you know, it sounds, if it doesn't sound good, we're not going to release it, right? But yeah, don't expect it like immediately is all I'm going to say. Only in solder, mind you. No, the board's going to come in different things. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys end up liking the Manta. Like I said too, it's unfortunately like when, or fortunately, whatever you guys want to say, when we were talking about the project, we thought, okay, we can either go something that's going to be very easy to machine, a bit more simple, and cheap. But then we got into like, you know, sharing design philosophies and just, okay, how do we want this thing to look? What do we want this to have? Why do we want this to have this? And we ended up at a spot where I think both of us were more into the board having a bit more character and more curves and stuff that ultimately was a bit more expensive to machine. We're not settled on a price yet, but it's not going to be like a sub $250 board. In fact, I would probably expect it to be $350 plus at this point. And I know it's not like the most expensive thing in the world. It might get more expensive depending on things we change, right? But we're going to be as open about the pricing and why we chose pricing as possible. But yeah, I didn't want to create a board just for the sake of it being under a certain price point. This was more just a project that even if we sell a few of them, we'll be happy just because it's a cool looking keyboard. That's all. It's complex. I'll tell you guys that much. The bottom piece is rather complex. Would you ever consider doing something in more budget range? Yes. If I were to do a budget range keyboard, I'd probably still do it with Bold or something. I have an idea of why I would want something budget range and what I would want to do. Actually, I should talk to Bull about that soon too, because that'd be something interesting that we can whip up. Side profile gonna be mogging us or something? When's the release? We don't know yet. We're just in the prototyping phase still. Prototyping still, as well as still developing the whole thing. Is there going to be top flare? Not as much as you guys would think. Not quite like the Pangea. Believe it or not, I'm actually more into simplistic tops like this, with most of the fun happening on the bottom and the sides and the back. But I think you guys will still appreciate the whole side profile of that board. So it actually will have a mount under the spacebar, because we're using Bull's mounting system, which is similar to the Pangea, which is leaf spring, which you can get away with putting a tab there and letting people choose if they want something or not. Again, there's reasons why you'd put a gasket or a tab underneath. And just so everyone knows, I'm not against putting tabs underneath the bottom of a spacebar. It just, if it doesn't sound good, then I have to be able to take it off. All right. I think the only style of keyboard that legitimately sounds bad with the tab under the spacebar is top mount. That is the only one. And sorry, did you guys want Cherry Nixies or Gatoron Deepings? I think you guys said Nixies, right? You know what though? I do want to mil-max the spacebar for this. I think that's something that we should do here. Maybe we'll just do a poll. Hold on. Now I'm confused. Switches, deepings. Or Nixies. Guess we'll just do a 2-minute poll here. Actually, we'll do 1-minute poll. It's up now. You guys can vote. Future, it's more about presidents today.
Alex is a mullet kind of guy. Business up front, party in the back.
Zany, that was beautiful what you wrote. And also, Gurnal. I kind of do want a modern mullet, but I don't know if I could pull it off anymore. I feel like maybe not. I feel like I am... I don't have the build for that. This is the Orbit. Is this the Orbit? Yeah, it's the Orbit. I always get the Orbit and the other ones Rabbit has made confused for some reason. I don't know why. Man, my Twitch being twitching today, crashing. Mine was doing that the other day, man. Mine was freaking out the other day. It would not stay at all. It just, I had to give up watching someone I was trying to watch for PoE content. They're a little different. Wait, who won? I can't see because there's a... Who won the... I can't see it anymore. It just disappeared on mine. There's like hype 50-50. Okay, I'm picking then. You know what, actually? Who can we... I'm going to pick someone random in chat right now. Just to do a little... Ad, which one? Only pick one, Ad. Only pick one thing. Okay? You can't say Nixies on... Okay, there you go. We're doing Nixies then. Ad picked. So nice.
Okay, so let's sum it up. Alex hates everyone that has a keyboard that is hot swap, has a gasket tab under the spacebar, and is a hidden screw design.
What? Dude, Hannah is putting words in my mouth. Also, Zany, I don't know why it's not reading that. But Zany's doing this thing where he states very obvious information and then tells us that the present is today. We love Zany for that. Love him. Why are you so toxic? What the hell? I didn't do it. Alex is such a hater? You guys are spreading rumors. Rumors are not good. They're really not good, guys. Don't spread rumors. People get affected by that. Half and half? No, dude. It defeats the whole purpose of taking a look at the keyboard. Alex is the gatekeeper of the hobby? Huh? I really don't think I'm a gatekeeper, but okay. Randomly choose a switch and throw it on the board. Make chat guess. Oh, that would have been a smart idea. Because they look identical. Deepings and Nixies look identical. GF stream when? I still have to ask her if she wants to come in on Build a Board.
So you're not a hater? Then tell me what you think about flex cuts, huh?
If you like flex cuts and you enjoy them on your board, you do you. End of story. Huh. Got you, Roman. End of story, dude. Sorry, don't make the rules. You're wrong? No, no, no. We all know he's dying inside? Okay there, dude. Listen. On a real note, I think it's important to have, especially in this hobby, I think it's super important to have good objective views that make sense for everyone on a whole when it comes down to, does something work, yes or no? But I think a lot of the criticism that we give boards, and I'm going to stick by this until the day I stop building keyboards. I think a lot of the times it's very easy for people to mix up objectivity and subjectivity, and people tend to kind of criticize a board on the subjective parts of a board. And then that kind of creates this whole toxic atmosphere for everyone who's maybe interested in buying something or also looking at the keyboard. There's a lot of subjective things. And this is why when I'm talking about things like even layouts and, you know, alternatives to what someone has offered, I always state, I think it's better in the long run for someone who's trying to sell a project to make multiple versions of something, especially if they know something is A, trendy, or B, you know, there's markets for people who like different things. The board just won't sell as well. And that's usually my criticism. But a lot of the times, like in this hobby, again, I feel like the two get mixed up. And I feel like it's kind of a dangerous thing when they get mixed up, because people kind of tend to go at war with each other for words, basically, of personal biases and, you know, what they like versus what everyone else likes. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think flex cuts were ever super cool. I think they were kind of masked with the foam. Like, I think they kind of fell into the foam trend. But I think after people realized that, hey, if I wanted to build the board a certain different way, I'm kind of hindered by flex cuts. And maybe that can be considered an objective truth. However, it doesn't really make it objective truth, because people like flex cuts still. In other parts of the world, people still like it. And hell, I know people personally who still really want flexy keyboards, and they go for flex cuts. So, Simon calling 3/4 of the boards bullshit. I mean, it's just Simon, I guess. It is just Simon. Also, thank you guys for the subs and the hype train. I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, different markets like different things. So true. Do you know what the default Nixie spring length is? Off the top of my head, I'm not too sure. It's also, to my understanding, those flex cut assemblies are just straight up cheaper to make. Oh. I would assume they're more expensive just because you have to go and cut out those flex cuts. I don't know what others think right now, but I think Alex is spitting bars. Hey, thank you, man. That was my thought? Yeah, because I would assume you have to cut more out and spends more time in an assembly line type thing. That would be my assumption there. You think the design of the Shelby internals are doing something for the sound? I strongly believe when you make, like, maybe not so much in this particular shell, but when you do have these sort of ridges, which, you know, help lower the front height and keep the board lower because you're shaving down some material, it does deflect sound a little different. Now, is it going to be, is this particular one going to be super game changing? I'm not sure. It's not as like prominent as some of the other ones are, but we'll see. There's so many menus making them for so many boards. Is it just like a scale thing then?
Hopefully the 65 is as good as the TKL using my Shelby 80RN and love it.
I hope so, dude. I hope so. Gurnal, I don't think it's going to read that, because I think it doesn't like people using countries in a message, so I probably wouldn't bother. I don't think it's going to read it at this point here. But I hope this does sound good. I hope so. How many Nixies do you keep in your pocket at a time? 45. 45, I think. All right. These are done. I did mil-max the spacebar, so if we end up not liking the spacebar for whatever reason, we can just swap it out. Because I don't really remember how much I liked... I don't remember how much the Shelby spacebar sounded like on the TKL. But let's get to soldering, shall we? Everything looks good over here. We're going to solder this all together. It's a 1.2 mil PCB, yes. All right. Now I don't want any funny business with Twitch. Side note, so I'm working outside just listening. I'm a wire technician. Tell me the fuck why I see this hawk dive bomb this squirrel and start munching. Huh? I've seen that actually too. One time I was downtown, long time ago, and I was still in high school. And I think I have pictures somewhere on my old Flickr account somewhere. And all I see is this hawk dive down. It swooped down and just obliterated the seagull and then took off with the seagull. And I took photos of the whole thing. And yeah, it was the craziest thing. Just to happen in the middle of the city. Flickr. You know, I'm considering going back to Flickr, honestly. I'm despising Instagram. Like, I got a warning the other day for Instagram because I guess people like follow and unfollow, and I think there's just a lot of bots on Instagram in general, and they sent me a warning saying that like my follower account's fluctuating too much. And I was like, what does this even mean? We didn't say exactly that. It was a bit more like long-winded, but I don't know why I did that for. So that's so sad. Don't laugh about it. Poor animal getting obliterated. It did get a little bit destroyed. All right, let's start this. Let's move this over to the side. Let's solder, shall we? How's your New Year's been? I think you look forward to the keyboard scene. The thing I look forward to most is just, and it's nothing new. The thing I look forward is literally just spending time in stream. I think I've really realized over the last like few years of doing content creation that streaming is 100% the thing I look forward to the most every single day. I like doing YouTube stuff. I like doing, you know, photos and all that other jazz, but I think just being here, dissecting keyboards and building client stuff and just hanging out, I think there's something special about that. And, you know, as long as I can keep doing this, I will keep doing it. But I think that's like the thing I'm looking forward to most for like the keyboard world. There's some cool projects for sure. There's some very interesting projects that I know are coming out this year. I don't think it's going to do it, Gurren. I don't think it will, man. I think you're going to try to bypass and it's only going to... You're only going to waste bits. I would probably just let it go at that point because I don't want you to waste too many bits, man. That's fair. Most people looking forward to any time they can spend with me. It's true, Friday. I look forward to spending time with you every day. Also, Gurren, did you use the switches for any projects yet? What are you guys looking for, I guess, forward to in the keyboard hobby this year? Anything in particular? Every day you got a cam in my house I don't know about? It's in the fossil. Me finally winning a giveaway. Oh gosh. I was taking a thick stash. Really? It's not that thick right now. I need a haircut today though. That's something I might get done today. Vendors stop crashing? Me too, man. I know there's a few vendors crashing out right now, which is annoying to see, but IMO, I'm a little tired of it too. Your streams? Thanks, Ann. Something interesting like an Event Horizon type keyboard this year? Oh, something a little bit more out there? I feel like we've had a few out there designs. That new Noir keyboard looks sick, though. The one you guys linked the other day. I am super pumped to see if I can get my hands on that one. The Manta, a keyboard by Alex and Bowl. Mostly by Bowl, though. Let's be real here. Like, I gave some suggestions and input in my design vision, but Bowl is the mastermind behind it, man. I hate not giving credit to people who deserve credit, and Bowl deserves so much fucking credit, dude. I recently got into shaving with a double-edged safety razor and wet shaving. Do you use anything special in your shaving routine? Nah, man. I don't actually shave. I just trim. The last time I fully shaved my beard was probably 10, 15 years ago. And it was a pain in the butt. My skin was fucked. I did see that fried, yeah. Where is the EH? Hasn't been on the desk in a minute. If you guys want, tomorrow we can grab it out and show you guys. I just haven't been using it as much. Not for any particular reason, just, I don't know, missing the Ori in the background. Yeah, I've been kind of just doing a whole bunch of different keyboards in the last like week. I've been enjoying cycling through some of the collection. When's the last time you used one of your corns? I need to rebuild the green one, and then the blue one, I need to put keycaps on. The green one, remember we changed the green one to those like fake plateless version of the board? I ended up not liking it very much, and I think I haven't wanted to use it because of that. It was a cool concept, just wasn't for me, but I need to switch it back. I'm redoing my Alexotos Sonnet just with milky yellows, waiting on the Type Plus stabs to arrive. After I took out the Durox stabs, tried to reuse them, I could not get rid of the rattling. I mean, it could just be like the lube shifted in a way that's unfavorable. I get that, though. I hope it turns out nice, though, Green. I hope you end up loving those switches in it. Do you have an aluminum plate? Has Ryan earmarked an Oku for you? I don't think he has. I offered. I was like, Ryan, can I, I totally missed this. If there's an extra slot, if there's an extra, can I like call dibs? I haven't really heard much back from him. But I know he's been a really busy boy, so. Are you bringing Back to the Future on it too? Future Funk? On the green one? Nah, the green would look good on. Actually, would it look good in Future Funk? I don't know. I don't know if it would look good. Did you already burn your fingers once? It seems so dangerous to me. I've only ever burned my finger once, and it wasn't on the soldering iron. It was my very... Actually, it was the second keyboard I ever soldered. And it was an accident because me and my dad was showing me how to, like, do something with desoldering. And I went to go lean in, and it wasn't even on my finger. It's like I touched... I did this. I kind of, like, leaned in and was just looking at what he was doing. And I touched my finger over here. It was a very light burn, but it still stung like crazy. But, no, I haven't had any problems otherwise. I haven't really had a burn on here. Excited to see what Teja gets into with Norbauer. I feel like the Norbauer products are very, I'm gonna be real. I've had one. I ended up not liking it as much as I wanted to like it. It just wasn't really my vibe. But I think there's a specific audience for Norbauer products and kind of like the exclusivity that comes with those. It's not really my vibe, but I get it. I understand the whole want and need for them. But the hot part of the soldering iron is so cute and tempting to grab. God damn. Who said that? Fried? One of these days, I'm going to commission a board from you. It's going to save up extra for the international shipping tax. Believe it or not, like, that's the reason why I keep my board prices, like the soldering and just the whole commission, pretty low. A lot of people said I should be charging like triple my rate for that. But listen, I don't want people to have to spend $300 on getting a board commission because they're spending also like $50 to $100 in in border fees alone. So that's why I keep it at $50. Well, base $50, but I actually ran a sale for all of December. It was a little part of my December giveaways. Not a lot of people knew about it, but anyone who had a board commission with me in December got 50% off just the services. I might run one of those again in the summer. We'll see. I've never done something like that before, but it was fun. Yeah, it was just for December though. It was kind of low key. I didn't really like blast it too much. I had a board I really wanted to send you, but minimum is like €100 per round trip. Yeah, I can't do nothing about what people. I guess the shipping there. Sometimes it is kind of crazy. Nothing I can do there. I have tried an Encore Series 2. I freaking love it, dude. I have a video on it on my YouTube channel if you want to go watch it. Loved it. He's now an employee and holds a small stake in Norbauer. Oh yeah, Teja? Yeah. He has a video on his channel describing what's going on. Interesting choice. I hope he does well. That's all I can say. I inconvenience Alex by dropping off my keyboards because I don't want to pay shipping. Yeah, if you're local, I sometimes offer a drop-off if it's convenient for both of us. If not, then unfortunately, it may even be worth spending like the $10-15 on shipping. Dude is building boards till exhaustion? Believe it or not, building the boards and hanging out on stream is not exhausting. You know what the real exhausting part is? And I hate saying this because this is half the battle with like organizing commissions. The exhausting part lately has been sourcing stuff. I've been getting an obscene amount of people asking me for keyboard stuff. And I need to redo my form again because now this is becoming a new, not problem, but I guess issue that I should probably, or not issue rather, but just something I should solve to make the whole process better. It's people who put in commission requests and at the very end going, I don't have any of the parts that I just listed to you. Can you source them all? Like, I think I spent a good day and a half chatting with someone about, preferences they wanted for a board. And then it turns out at the very end, they're like, yeah, you have to find the board. And the board they wanted was a board that hasn't ran in like 3 years. And I kind of, not for nothing, I just kind of like, I wish that was mentioned beforehand. So I thought I had put something about sourcing parts. And I think that's just for the switches. But I think I need to add a new one for the build commands as well. I guess in my head, I think it's obvious because I put it in the FAQ saying I don't source parts. And if you want me to source parts, you have to mention it. But I think I legitimately have to put it on the form for people to kind of understand. Do I source aftermarket? No. All I would say with aftermarket is I would suggest that you do the sourcing and then you can ship the board directly to me and I can source all the rest of the parts for you. But I don't want to be in charge of dealing with trying to buy it from random people. I think that's just a lot of work and I don't even charge anything for the sourcing of parts anyways. So that's the only thing that like I ask is if you want a board kit it's off Mech Market, you have to do the talking there. It's just so much extra time that I would be, I don't want to charge people, $30-50 just for sourcing things too. Those bills get crazy. Sorry, I just want to wash my hands. Yeah. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with that. Like the one time, so actually I'll tell you guys a story. The one time I did do that for someone where I sourced them the aftermarket parts. The board came in and obviously it seemed like the person I bought it for lied. And there was a small scuff on the board and the guy just decided
Alex,
to bail on
can
me.
you source some underwear for me? I have a tier list we can use to figure things out. Doing it on stream works.
Oh my gosh, dude. Gurn, maybe one day. But yeah, the guy bailed on me, and I was stuck with a board for a while. It's been a few times now where people have bailed on me. So it's definitely changed the atmosphere on how I do commissions, I guess. But yeah, there's been some pretty negative experiences. So I just try to like not let it bug me as much, but like I don't know, I hate it. The shipping from random people to me when it comes to like sourcing the aftermarket stuff is already annoying because I don't know how the condition of what they're shipping me things in and all that jazz, and there's no way for the client to verify that's exactly what they want and the condition of something. Yeah, I could also potentially accidentally grab a fake and maybe not realize it too, and I don't want that. When I hear such stuff, I think they're not part of the community. At the time, the board that I had sourced was a Kohaku, and it came in with a little bit of a scuff on it. That guy there didn't want it, and then I ended up having to take a loss on the board, and I knew someone else at the time who wanted a Kohaku, but I couldn't sell it to him for what I had purchased it for, which I think at the time was like $800, because that's what the client's budget was. And I think I had to sell it for like $500 because of the scuff. I'm not going to lie to the next person I sell it to. But yeah, it was a waste of time, and also just like waste of time, also a loss of money, and just a whole bunch of stuff. All right, let's open this up. Yeah, it's not a process in which I enjoy. It was a significant scuff on the back. Like, you would have to re-anno it. What is the square box I use? Oh, it is a cement cube that I had purchased. It is a side table that I found online. They don't sell it anymore. It was actually discontinued when I bought it. They were just clearing it out. Yeah, it's a side table. Believe it or not. How do you move that thing around? It is like 65, 70 pounds. I just shift it around. It has feet on the bottom. It's easy to slide. Oh wait, do I have to do these ones first? Yeah, I'll do these first before I do that. I really like the screws used on this keyboard. Very good quality screws. I like the internals being one bit, the same bit as the outside. The stream is so comfy, but I have to wake up in 4 hours. Dude, have a good night, Chris. I'm glad you think the stream is comfy. That is the whole point of these things. Just somewhere to chill and just hang out and not think about too many serious things in the world. No, it's not solid cement, actually. It's hollow in the core. I don't really know the way they do it, to be honest, but... Alright. I wish I had the original Shelby to kind of compare and show you guys. But here are the internals. If it wants to focus. So that's where we're going to be putting our gaskets. And the 1 mil gaskets go on top and 3 mil go on the bottom. Alright, pretty nicely machined and anode on the inside as well. Very good quality there. Also, the color match was pretty good too for top and bottom, in case you guys were wondering. Yeah, this is a 65 of the Shelby 80 TKL. Now, I know this is already assembled, but I just want to take a look. And here is the inside of this. So this is how the internals look here. And then if we flip it over, this is how the weight looks. It does have, so the green part here is a separate piece of aluminum that gets screwed into on the back. Pretty hefty weight, pretty thick as well, in case you guys are wondering. Very nice. Pretty hefty. Now we're gonna put this back. Hopefully it's not too much of a pain in the ass. It doesn't look like it is. I really like the way they did the daughter board channel here. I think this is a super, super clean way of doing it. It makes it super simple. There's no room for this to get tangled anywhere. Kudos for them for just doing a super simple way of doing this. Hopefully it sounds okay with without a through weight. I have some faith that it'll sound good just because it does have a pretty decent mass underneath, as well as it has, again, I'm not saying these are going to do a crap ton, but it does help with sound diffusion, being these aluminum ridges over here. It should help. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver here. Data board is in the weight, so the cable will go through the weight. Yes, the cable sits on top of the weight, or sorry, the data board sits on top of the weight and then goes through this channel on the bottom. Very much agree on the comfy stream. Sunday afternoon stream after lunch. I have to get the stream up, drink my coffee, and scroll through Mech Market Discord. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, dude. Okay, so what was it again? 1 mil goes on the top. Let me triple check the instructions here. 3.5 on the bottom. Okay, so let's start with these. Some adhesive gaskets. I think the way these work is we're going to do it this way. Well, I'm glad you guys think the stream is comfy. That is the only goal I have. Just make comfy streams. Good old pour-on gaskets. These are one of, I mean, there is definitely a sound difference when it comes to silicone versus pour-on. Now, while I've had some amazing boards with silicone, I think most of the time it's just easier to get a nicer balanced sound coming from some of the pour-on strips. They just do a better job at absorbing some of those like nasty frequencies from the plates sometimes, depending on the plate you use. Oh, I know. I'm sorry, are you? I want to do more. I've been doing a lot more 1 p.m. streams again. Like I'm trying to schedule at least one during the week, but it's been a little difficult with just how much stuff has popped up for the daytime for me, like work-wise. Flip this around. No, they didn't, unfortunately. They might have told other creators, but not me. Maybe they just forgot to send me all those details. I did ask even before the stream if they could possibly send me some information, and I didn't get anything, unfortunately, but I guess we'll see. I'm assuming these are for the side, because if I remember, these also came in for the side for the Shelby. But I don't exactly remember where these go. So I guess we're gonna have to play some guessing games. Again, maybe a small point of, not so much criticism, but a small learning point here. I'd definitely suggest it's always good to have some written material or some sort of small guide on how to do things. Doesn't really cost too much just to write up a small little guide. Let's grab my tweezers. Yeah, just something just to include in like a box. And I specifically say include in a box and not put online because, you know, I know it's 2025 and I know a lot of people have access to the internet and you had to have access to the internet to buy this, but some people don't want to load up a website still. I'm in the same boat. It's always nice to have physical instructions next to you. Yeah, I think it goes on the top on the sides. It's like the Vega, I think. So I guess we're just going to have to place these and hope we're putting them in the right spot. It would be nice to see some indentations on the side to signify where they go. I feel like that would be a smart user experience for the keyboard. Plus the piece of paper won't go down like a website. Yeah, I mean, also from longevity standpoint, if the website ever disappears, then you're left without instructions. So I agree with that. Yeah, maybe we do test fit it. That's pretty smart idea, Cube Science. My thing with them going on the side though, how much plate material is there? How much plate material is there on the far right for those to touch this board? I Yeah, I mean, maybe that's also an interesting way to think about it. I just think it's mainly used as an alignment system. Not so much to absorb anything, I guess. Alright, so this is done, and I guess, yes, I like the idea of test fitting before. So I know we're not plugging it in. I know that. Well, actually, you know what? Let me put this in the top frame to see where exactly this sits. Oh, wrong way here. My bad. No, I actually do think it goes on the bottom. Okay, probably does go on the bottom. It might be for the PCB and actually not the plate. Because the plate, there's no way this would hit anything. At least that I could see. Yeah, I think this is for the bottom and it's for the PCB. Smoked, can you send me some photos of where you put those for the 80? I don't really remember if they went on the bottom or the top. That'd be handy. But yeah, I guess, again, one of my criticisms is definitely written instructions or some sort of like photo on how these things would work. I think if a customer were to get this and never have seen a stream, and there's no information or even just like a teardown on the website, they're going to look at these and go, what the hell are these for? I'm assuming they go here. I'm assuming 4 of them would just go here, so. Need a couple... Wait, anything will fit? What is that, Gran? Oh my goodness. I like how they sent you the board and didn't say anything about it. They sent me some information about it. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Maybe it's on me. Maybe I should have been more like forward about getting some information, but I did ask. It's okay. I'm not super concerned. It's fine. Maybe they just didn't have any information to give me and they were waiting. Plus, it's been the holidays and we kind of coordinated last week when there was holiday stuff happening, so I'll let it go. But it would be nice to have like some idea of price point or some semblance of like when this is gonna actually happen. I want a build guide of you? That's so nice of you, bro. What the hell? But no, I'm thinking they go on the inside here. 1, 2, and 3. The 80 was, if I remember correctly, I think it was like $450, $500, if I remember correctly. Shelby 80 decal. Let's see. Do they have the Swag Key Shelby 80 up on the website still? Okay, actually, it wasn't that expensive. I'm thinking maybe Canadian dollars because I am from Canada. It seems like the Shelby 80 was $369 in the E-White variant, and Silver, Black, and Navy was $350. Yeah, that wasn't that bad, actually. Maybe I was thinking the Canadian dollars, because I do look at things in Canadian dollars sometimes, because I'm from Canada. Actually, not that bad. It does seem like the colorways haven't changed too much. I'm thinking the only color we probably don't have this time is maybe Navy, but... So 80,000 Canadian? Oh, is that without the PCB and plate? I don't remember, to be honest. Oh yeah, PCB not included. I think a plate was included, but not a PCB. I'm looking at some of the old information here. So maybe about $400. Even so, $400 is definitely far off from what we thought. Okay, so... Did we get photos of that? Let's see, I don't remember who said that again. Why is flipping spacebar on 200,000 points lifetime supply of points? It's because I hate doing it. It's because I dislike doing it so much, dude. Oh my goodness. Actually, let me see if there's anything on these photos of how they had it on the Shelby. No, not really. No, I'm trying to look for like an exploded view on here. I could go back to my VOD. Yeah, again, criticism here for them is just include some sort of written instructions. That's all. Definitely needs to be there. I'm almost considering maybe we don't even need to include these in here. But we'll see. Stick it in the middle. Yeah, I'm thinking still here, but maybe we'll just quickly try to assemble this without. Let's skip now, and someone said they were taking photos for us anyways of theirs. Let's go this way. Does it go this way? Yes. Okay. They could be force brake pads as well. Again, we don't know because no one told us. That is I think that's my little gripe here is we don't actually know. So I don't think this will shift around if you get this in place. But they are pretty thin, so they could also be force brake pads. All right, I guess let's screw it in for now. And then we can always put those in afterwards. Which we probably still will go in and do that, because it's only 4 screws. The day this runs out of battery, by the way, I have to go buy a cable to charge this, because I don't actually have a micro USB anymore. I lost a lot of stuff in the move. So many things, dude. All right. Dude, we really don't know where we put it. I think what happened is we accidentally put it in the boxes we were breaking down for some of the furniture. And unfortunately, it just happened to get caught there, but we're going to have to go through that anyways to break down some of the boxes because we just haven't had time to do that yet. But yeah, I think that's basically what happened to it. We're using BRG, guys. We're using BRG. Trust me, we got this with BRG today. My set is really funky though from all this, but I also think we could use that PBT fans Emma would probably look really good for this too. Regulicious, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Hope the holidays and New Year went well for you, my friend. I mean, it is a British-themed keyboard. British-themed board game? The Shelby? Alright, I'm actually very excited for how this is going to sound. I think this is round 2, because this is the new boxes. Caught you after the Sunday Costco run? Anything good at Costco? The colors match pretty decent, I'd say. BRG is a smidge darker, but I think that's not really important in the long run. I feel like if it was the exact same, it might actually be a bit jarring. How many keycap sets do I have? I would say I have enough. I don't have as many GMK keycap sets as maybe some other people in the hobby do. GMK is quite expensive, so it's not something I can like buy on the regs. The only thing we really needed from Costco were eggs, and nowhere has eggs. What the? How come? So you didn't get eggs? I bet you got tons of other stuff, eh? Okay, smoked. I'm gonna take a look. You put it in keyboard chats. Let me see quick. So nice.
Afternoon, Alex. 2025 will be the year all my silent switches are forever yeeted into the void.
Oh, really?
Got batches of GAT yellows, MX2A blacks and browns en route. Are there any other switches you recommend I scoop up to get that thock/clack, just not the click? We don't like the click, but remember everybody, this hobby is about reference.
I would say maybe take a look at some of the Key Geek stuff. I think that's kind of like the stuff I'm most interested personally. I see how we do this. Okay, so we're gonna do this actually. The Key Geek stuff is really nice. I think even think Keygeek is probably some of the newer stuff I would say is the nicest. I would say explore that. There hasn't been too many other like super crazy releases of Switches that I've been super interested in. Maybe some of the SWK stuff? Yeah, I see how that works. I totally forgot how that worked. Good thing we didn't put anything down. Again, this is the importance of having some sort of instructions alongside stuff. So we're going to put those in. Was that on the top frame, by the way, or did you put that on the bottom frame? Let's see. Looks like on the top frame. So we'll put it on the top frame. I don't think it matters in the end, though. Oh, no, it does matter. This is the only wall you can put it on, really. All right, so these things... Thank you for sending us that. I appreciate it, Smoked. Smoked being an OG right now. These actually sit in these little slots over here. Which I wouldn't have expected. I couldn't remember doing that on the original. It's been a little while since we did the original Shelby. Because these little slots, we're going to have to put them in here. Might have been easier to do this first, but it's okay. Interesting. How's it going this fine day? It is going pretty smoothly, I would say. We're all having a pretty good day, I think. Today, though, I know this sounds lame, but like today is going to be a day that I just kind of sit in front of the computer and do some writing. I'm going to try to go outside a little bit today. I think I kind of need to do a little bit of a grocery run or pick up something, but I really want to just personally make today my last day for kind of doing a little bit of light work and relaxing before I get into the swing of things again fully. But it's been pretty normal. I'd say it's like been a pretty normal weekend. Yeah. Interesting. Mine are stuck to the sides, but I bought the board secondhand. Oh, did someone make... Yeah, I think someone might have accidentally put these wrong because it makes sense that they're here. I do remember putting these here, actually. See how they have this slot even in the gasket? Do you guys have any other plans for today? Any other, like, just things you're gonna do? Anything at all? So I will change it on my Shelby 80. Oh, did you put those in wrong? Or no, you said someone else did, rather. Yeah, you can probably switch those up. Preparing for winter apocalypse. Uh-oh. Gonna build my paper 80? Oh, I forgot that shipped already. That's crazy. Are you playing... I can't even pronounce that. Is that the new Pokemon Dreamy? I have been playing, but I haven't really been keeping up with some of the events that's been going on, if that makes sense. Which Pokemon even is that? I don't even remember which Pokemon it is. Yeah, I haven't been playing too much. The new events and all the other stuff haven't been like... What is this? Dirt over here. The new cat starter. Oh. Yeah. You know what else I sort of want to do today? And this may sound lame. I kind of just want to like sit down. I kind of want to make another cup of coffee. Because I don't even think I have any more. I have a bit left. Make another cup of coffee, and I kind of want to sit down and play some like Pokemon or something. Or just something on my like little pocket analog thing. We need to know the top 5 Pokemon of all time. My favorite Pokemon in the game, I've always had a soft spot for Celebi. I think Celebi is super cool. What else do I really like? Magikarp is easy number 1 for me. Probably number 1. I like Magikarp a lot. He's just a fish doing his thing, you know? What else do I really like? Suicune has always had a bit of a soft spot in my heart too. I know he's an obvious one that a lot of people probably really like, but what else do I really enjoy in the Pokemon world? My tops. I don't think I have a crap ton of like things I consider to be like top Pokemon. I mean, I've always liked Mewtwo. I think that's a childhood thing, growing up with like Mewtwo in the movies, and Mewtwo's been always super dope. Snorlax, definitely up there as well. And then, what else? Bidoof. Bidoof is cool. I like Bidoof. Another really obvious one. Onix is super sick too, yeah. Snorlax, Mewtwo, Magikarp, Bidoof, and Suicune. Good list. Thanks, man. Oh fuck, he loves Pokemon. God, Bidoof. Bidoof's a sick character, dude. Do we do accents on this or no? What do you guys think? I think personally no, but I think honestly it's not as bad putting the accents on this. Actually, either way looks good. I can't complain either way. What do you guys think? I don't really have a good artisan for this, but we can explore artisans. Maybe just enter? Without but an artisan. Accents. Okay, let's leave the accent here. Maybe we can explore an artisan we can put. Although I don't think I have a good artisan for BRG, but I'm open to experiment. My top 5, Dragonite, Electros, wait, that sounds so familiar. Raging Bolt and Lapras. Lapras is a good one. Lapras is a good choice. I respect that. Alright, let's go find, I guess, a good artisan for this. Staraptor? Oh, you know who else I like? Cosmog. Cosmog is cool too. But just Cosmog. Like the level 1 evolution of it. I think that's a cute character. Let's put this back, and then we can go get some artisans. Although, again, I don't know if I have a great one for this. I don't think I have a lot of green, unfortunately. Well, maybe we can use this one. This is not a bad choice. A little dragon. There's Pokemon ones, but they're just extremely tall, and I don't think they'll look very good. Oh, I have this like orc too. I don't remember who made all these, by the way. We even have a Boba Fett keycap. Boba Fett might look really good on this. I have some other ones too somewhere, but I don't remember where I put my other artisan tray. Oh, right here. Jesus, it's on display. These are just some like metal ones, but I don't know if there's anything good here. This is not really the color scheme. And then yeah, there's some more orange ones and stuff. Gold PVD? Do I have a gold PVD one? I don't. I mean, I have this. I don't remember where this is from, but I have this gold PVD one. Although I don't know if this matches super well. I don't think this is a great choice. I think the Orc or Boba Fett are more my thing. This is a bit more fun colored, and I don't know if this is going to suit it super well. I think we go with the Orc. I think the Orc definitely suits this board a little bit more. I think maybe we save Boba Fett for another day. That's fun. I'm here for that. Let me put this back. I like this. Yeah, it does look good. All right. So this is the Shelby65. So this is from Swag Keys. They sent this over again. They didn't give me any info on pricing or availability. I would assume soon though. I would keep tabs on their Discord/website if you guys are interested in this project. This is very much a prototype. I didn't get much information past just, hey, tell us what you think here. Let's take a look at the side profile one more time with it fully built. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I think this looks great. It's a beautiful side profile. They did a stunning job here. It is in a bunch of different lighting. The way light kind of reflects on this. The bottom has some fingerprints now, but just deal with it. Sorry for my fingerprints. The bottom looks great in my opinion as well. Back view. It's a good looking keyboard. Yeah, I also do like the weight sticking out. The weight peak on this, if this didn't have the weight peak, I still think this would look elegant, but because this has the weight peeking out, I think this kind of, it just adds to the overall aesthetic. It has an, what did I say, the 18.2 or 18.3 front height. Let's just say sub 18, let's just say sub 19 mil, because I think the feet are definitely adding some to that. In terms of balance of bezels, we have thinner side bezels on the side, and then the top bezels in the chin of the keyboard are definitely thicker, which this is very much my aesthetic, so I am very into this. I really think this looks good. I think this looks absolutely fantastic like this. And then we did put in some cherry nixies. They've been lubed and filmed. So I guess let's see what this is going to sound like. Also, I'll show you guys from the side view as well. How did this look? Damn, this looks really nice on the desk. I think this looks very, very pretty. All right, let's see what this is going to sound like now. Aluminum plate, cherry nixies. They're lubed at 205, and then I put some plastic films in them. I don't remember the brand of the plastic films. Just some old ones I had lying around. Pretty positive they were TX. And then we have some GMK BRG on this. So let's see now. The alphas are definitely a slight on the quiet side. I love this spacebar that's coming out of this though, and that might be due to the 1.2 millimeter PCB. By the way, you guys are, I see Keep Science just mentioned that it could be due to the thinner PCB. But you know what? For a thinner PCB, I'm still pleasantly surprised by the sound profile. I think this sounds really, really solid. Do I think they could make this better with a 1.6? A little bit. I do want to go in and just tune in. Not the stabs don't need much tuning, but like the stabs on the backspace I feel like need a smidge of bit tuning here. You know what too? I think if you were to go with something a bit deeper sounding, like Gat Milky Yellows, you could have an overall better experience with like maybe a deeper sound signature. Cherry switches are a bit more on the aggressive, maybe sharper sounding, but maybe the deepings would have been better, the long pull variants. Yeah. But you know what? I'm still very happy with this. I would love for them to offer a 1.6 millimeter PCB. I think they did a lot of things really well on this, being the mounting on the plate itself. The gasketing system works really well. The aesthetics of this is really pretty. I like the way they routed the JST connector. It's a very easy, simple, good feeling build. It's comfortable to type on. I don't know if putting a tape on this would be my cup of tea. I feel like then we're going to be drowning out some of the nicer sounds here, but I mean, overall, I'm still very happy with it. I would just personally want a 1.6 mil PCB. If we were to go with a different switch, Yeah, I'd say let's go with maybe a deeper sounding switch.
Alexotos way.
What's up, Schwinn? How you doing, man? Thank you so much for the tier 1. But overall, it has its core functionality there, like, or not functionality, its core sound profile there, which I can hear. Maybe we just have to switch over PCBs. We have another 65 PCB, but it has a FR4 plate, which I'm not 100% sold on. I don't know if I'd want to use FR4 on this. So if we wanted to, maybe one night we can do a second build. I need to get some stabs for this thing too. But we have an FR4 plate with a different PCB. I wonder how an FR4 would sound on this. I have a feeling I wouldn't really like the FR4 on this though. Yeah, it's a 1.2 as well. I already measured it. It is a 1.2. No. Oh, from another board. It doesn't look like we need anything special for a PCB here. So maybe we could find another 1.6mm PCB somewhere. Yeah, I could wrangle up some KeyGeek switches for sure. This is the little brother of the Shelby 80, yeah. The JST connector is pretty high up on the PCB relative to the Orbit. I don't know if the Orbit PCB would work. Do I prefer boards with cherry lips or without? I prefer boards that just have a low front height in general. If it has a cherry lip, I think aesthetically it's really pretty, but it doesn't really matter to me none. But overall, again, thoughts on this? Board sounds good. Definitely a little bit thinner on the alphas, but I think even that might be a smidge of preference. You may really like that. I would have preferred a 1.6mm PCB for this. Who knows? Maybe that's in the playing cards. Maybe we can convince them to do a 1.6mm PCB. However, I think if you were to go with something like Gatorun Milky Yellows or just a deeper switch in general, maybe not going with cherry switches, might be more this board's, I guess, suit. I will say, I think if memory serves, the Shelby 80, as good as it sounded, I think we ended up putting foam in the Shelby 80, if I remember correctly. I think we put foam underneath the PCB. And I think that was kind of our ideal build, if I remember correctly. So I will say, without foam, this still sounds good. And I think if you, again, were just to alter the switch choices, we'd have a complete winner. PE foam and this would sound plenty bright in comparison. Yeah, I think so too. No, I don't think this had a universal PCB or daughter board either. I'd have to get information before I like jump and do anything like that. I don't want to like break a PCB just for the sake of testing it, you know. But no, what do you guys think though? Do you guys like the board? I like the colors. I hope they can give us some price points for this and stuff soon too. But this looks really good. Oh, so nice. What's this?
Hey, how's it going, eh? Grab a double-double, throw on your toque, and relax. My buddy's always talking poutine, but he's just full of malarkey. Life's too short, so give her and don't sweat the small stuff. If the roads are slick, take it easy, don't end up in a snowbank. Whether
Fair.
You're from Ontario or out west, we're all in this together. Stay frosty, have a laugh, and give a wave to your neighbor, eh?
Okay, I'll do that last part. I'll give a wave to all the neighbors. Thanks, Anand. I appreciate it, man. Probably need foam with the Shelby 80. Had to do some work to use it without foam. Yeah, and I think this is definitely a nicer sounding board than the Shelby 80, considering I remember us having to use foam. So if we were to stick in some foam on this, which, you know what, I'm kind of down to try one thing right now. Before we end stream or do anything like that, for people who are genuinely interested in this board, what if we were to put, because this foam is very, 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 very thin. Like this is, I don't even know the material composite of this. But this is very thin foam. What if we were to just stick this piece, even though it's not supposed to, underneath the PCB assembly? I wonder how that would affect our sound profile. I'd be very curious to see if this kind of brightens up the board in a good way or makes the board have some bass. I also ordered the 1.6 on it now. Did you just order it? Spike Keys foam isn't too shabby. All things considered, at least it wasn't for the transition light. Yeah, I also remember me not really caring about the foam in the transition. I remember it being a bit lackluster, to say the least. Alright, so let's put this in the bottom. Again, I know this is not supposed to be here, but we're going to make it work. And then let's just do that. So we can put it on the 5th key through there. And then let's have this go back in. Put this down. It may not even close properly, so we'll have to see. I'm worried that it might be a bit too thick. But let's see if we can get this to clamp closed here. To be fair, the Shelby 80 with foam sounded so good. I also liked it with foam. I also really liked the Shelby 80 with the foam, so. Four screws is nice too, yeah. Hey, this is unrelated. Do you think the epoxy wood keyboard's safe to get? I'm a little hesitant nowadays to get into group buys. Do you mean the one from, oh god, what was the board called again? I can never remember what it was called. I know which one you're talking about, but yes. I think, okay, from the epoxy standpoint, mine had a smidge of issues. But I hope in the long run, it doesn't have issues. Alright, so putting the foam underneath, the good wood, that's what it was called. Putting the foam underneath now really changes the alphas. It doesn't sound like it has foam. It definitely quieted up the space bar a bit, which I wonder if we were to go in this and just maybe even just cut some of this foam out and kind of rearrange it to see how it would, you know, be better placed. I'm curious about switching to the PE foam. Maybe if we switch to that, it can absorb some of the brighter sounds. So let's change this one more time to just switching to the PE sheet and putting that underneath. Because that is actually a pretty popular mod that people do sometimes too. Which knob is that again? It's from Click Clack. I can't remember the exact model name of it. All right, let's do this. The WOW stick? I know, I'm using a WOW stick. Can't find my other screwdriver. You know, it's kind of handy. Alex skipped that heartfelt first-time chat message. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. I was in the midst of doing this. I finally caught a stream. I found you on the Float65 vid, watched it about 5 times before going to buy it, found out canceled and Space disappointed me. Dude, I'm also extremely disappointed by Space. I think the whole group buy got completely fucked over because of that. Which is such a shame, because the designer seemed like they were such a good person, and it's a bummer for the designer especially, because that was their first, well, not so much as the people buying it, but it was their first project that they ran. And I think that really puts a damper on if they want to do stuff in the community past what they already did, you know? So it sucks for everyone involved. At this point here too, it's just like in Space Cables, I guess. My thought process on that is I don't get why he decided to just cut everyone off and not want to deal with everybody, which was such a stupid thing. You know, one of my biggest criticisms in the whole aspect of what he did was he just kind of, he decided to cut everybody off in his life that wanted to help. And I don't know what he was going through mentally. Ooh, wrong way. But I feel like a lot of people would have helped him. He had support from other people. And I don't know if he just felt helpless. And I think a lot of me wants to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt there. But I still have to say I'm just extremely disappointed on the way he handled things. I feel like if he really needed help with a lot of things, he could have found help. He could have asked other vendors and not, you know, in the long run, even just passed himself and just sucked up some of that pride and been like, okay, how can I get help from other people? How did you feel helpless with a friend like that, Alex? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people could have helped him. On another note, I kind of have a few ideas to see in a keyboard. Might work on a 3... Oh, dude, for sure. Way too lucky. 3D printed models to start. Go for it, man. In my darkest mental times, I have cut everyone off regardless of how much support I had. Not sure if that's their situation, which is what I'm assuming, by the way. But honestly, it happened to me, so I could see it happening to others. It's a tough thing to balance, and hear me out. Like, I get it. People go through those things. I went through those things. But I think there's a different level of responsibility and I guess a different standpoint that it's just tougher for me to kind of understand when you're running a business. You know what I mean? Like when there's people relying on you and you have people's money and you have people's trust in that sense. That's the part that I find a little bit difficult to, I guess, understand. Did the Omni and NK bailout didn't help? It helped with the products they bailed out, but not with everything that they had. So no matter what he loses from the Space Cables website, he's still licensed to Cerakote people's firearms and ship sell them now. So for which one? Sorry, Ava, what do you mean by that? So I don't know. I would have shut down even harder if I had that amount of burden responsibility. Perhaps. But I think in a way, like, I don't know, maybe because I'm seeing it clearly right now, you're digging yourself a bigger hole, right? Like you dig yourself such a big hole there that it doesn't really help in the long run. You know what I mean? So I don't know, like, why would you want to put that much, I guess, dirt above your head? Like, why would you want to be that far down? You know what I mean? But I again, like, if you're already in that mindset of kind of sinking, then you're gonna sink. You know what I mean? You're looking through a rational thought. Yes, exactly. That's kind of where I'm also trying to take that, I guess, that whole standpoint too. But regardless, it sucks for everyone involved. It sucks for people who trusted Reagan, and, you know, from a human standpoint as well, I can't imagine how much it sucks for him. I want to say this, though, about parts of the community as well, though. And I think this is the part that I wish people keep the same energy. Reagan seemed to kind of have... He was very, like, I think it happened late... Excuse me if I'm getting my timelines wrong here. I think it was late August when people started to notice he was slowing down with communication. Things were still going out, as far as I remember. People were still saying they got shipping notices. And then it seemed like sometime during September is when communication just kind of like fell apart and stopped. Even though there were still shipping notifications happening. Not as many, though. There was issues, so people weren't wrong to say there were issues. But it seemed like everyone was really quick to hop on the let's cancel this person and get our money back. Which is fine. I want people to be safe with what their purchases and stuff. So nice.
1 year, wow.
Thank you, Cash. Really appreciate that, man. I just have also seen the same things happen with other vendors, and people have given them plenty, if not months or years worth of leeway to kind of recover and figure things out. So for me, it was just weird that we kind of, not we per se, but people kind of pick and choose who to accelerate and, you know, this kind of thing that's going to happen, which is like canceling or, you know, getting refunds back as fast as possible or sinking someone as fast as possible. When I feel like there are businesses out there who have done that, who are still actively doing that, and people just kind of excuse. So I think from that standpoint, I'd like to hold people to, if we're going to do that, then everyone needs to be held to the same standard. We can't just pick and choose. I know it's more complex than that, but I don't know. I just feel like we do this a lot in this community where we pick and choose who gets the most criticism and who gets the most slack. Did Rama finally close down? I don't actually know. Well, yeah, Vala has gotten away with it for many years. Vala is still, you know, like from my perspective, I thought Vala was going to go downhill like last year. Let's see, Rama's website. Oh, did I forget to plug this back in? I think I did. It's okay. I think I forgot to plug this back in on the inside here. First of all, actually, before we get too deep into this conversation, let me see what this sounds like with the PE film in it now. Is it just me or does it sound fuller now? With the PE film at the bottom. Yeah, I think I still preferred this foam, and I'd probably cut this foam out to only cover the alphas and not do anything else. But again, I think this is maybe just a symbol that a 1.6 mil PCB would be more up my alley, for example. But I think I'm still set on my comment there, where I think this board sounds good, but I think my preferences would lean to a 1.6 mil PCB. I'll mention that to them. I don't know if that's possible. It seems like they had created one for the Shelby 80 after the group buy ran, but I would actually say that I would prefer a 1.6 mil PCB for this. That would like secure a purchase for me, from example. Vala says 14 days for in-stock orders. I mean, I wouldn't believe that. Indie Toy Lab, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't say Vala's going to deliver in 14 days. Maybe it was just timing and not picking and choosing. IMO... I still think it's a bit of picking and choosing. I've noticed people are very lenient towards others for making mistakes, and then other people and other brands sometimes get, or just other vendors can get shit really quickly when they fuck up. I don't know. I think there's a bit of a bias sometimes when it comes to that. My review on it was putting up information about the board cancellation, so something is happening. For which one, Twilla? Sorry? I don't remember what you said there. Oh, for the board itself, the float? I hope they rerun it. But I don't know. They need to... I don't even know if it's still running on their website, but they need to take it down if it is. Vala hasn't delivered anything since Halloween. Yeah. All I'm saying, guys, is if you do a quick search, even in the Discord, before you buy anything in the keyboard world, like, here's the way I think I shop in the keyboard world. Do a quick search. It says in stock. Oh, for the float? Let me see. Do a quick search on the Discord for the person you're trying to buy from, and if there's no text at all, and no, the float says out of stock. There's nothing here you can buy for the float. There's other stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, there's nothing. This doesn't seem like you can buy anything for this. It was in stock literally last week. They updated it a few days ago. I see. It's so stupid. I don't know why they did this for. Whatever. I hope he's doing okay at the end of the day. Sucks that everyone else had to get fucked over for this, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, can you tell me what cable you're using? Ordinary Labs. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, I don't want to wish him ill will. I don't want to. No matter how much he's like betrayed my trust and everyone else's, I don't feel like wishing him ill will. Very unfortunate for everyone. But yeah, my buying process to you guys, 100% look up their Discords. 100%. I run a keyboard vendor list in which I try to keep up to date at least once a week. I do updates to it. I'm pretty, I'd say, in touch with what's going on. I'd hope so. So if I notice something happening, with a vendor, I just remove them off the list. I don't keep them up there. I don't put like a little note saying, don't trust this guy, because that can get me in a whole lot of shit. I just remove them. So if you guys don't see someone there that might be a popular vendor, either I've had a really poor experience with them and I don't trust them, or people have come to me being like, hey, this business in the EU, they're shit, remove them, and I'll get them. I'll get them off the list. I'll do some, digging and figuring out, but check the vendor list. We appreciate your time and insight, Alex. Yeah, that's my way of trying to figure out if a vendor is trustworthy or not, just running that list. So, no, I get that, Annette, 100%, dude. I have Gator beer switches I need to figure out what to do with now. What other boards are you looking for? Because I feel like there's some decent 65s out. There's some pretty decent ones you can pick up. I don't see Alexotos on the approved vendor list. Is it safe to buy from his merch? It's up to you. For those who want drama to read through, just go to the Lubed Discord. Yeah, I was reading through that. I mean, I haven't had them on my approved vendor list in a long time. They run their vendors for projects that we've looked at, which is, it is what it is, but Alex, will you be building a Neo 65? I think so. I hope so. So nice.
Please, if you're going to buy a keyboard, go to Alex's vendor list.
Thanks, Boney.
Please, for the love of God, do your research.
I do own a key mat. I like the key mats as well. I've just been using this desk pad because it looks nice on my desk. You're into audio, right? Like high quality IMs and stuff. Are you into home speakers and vinyls? Getting into vinyls now? I want to get into the vinyl hi-fi thing, but dude, I don't have the space for it in the current place I'm in. Like, we don't have a big place to live in right now. Like, it's not huge. I appreciate every, square inch of this house that we have, but it is not the biggest place in the world. So we're still very limited. Like, I don't think at the moment we can get anything else. I think what we have now, like what we moved in with, is what we have until we move again or until we figure out a bigger place in the future. But for now, like, I am super good with everything right now, and I don't think I can get into any other bigger hobbies. But did I see Tim Keelis streamed? I did. You guys told me. But how have you been liking the vinyl stuff, Ms.? What are some cool 65s with cool side profiles? I mean, the one that we looked at today, the Shelby, was nice. What else has been really nice 65-wise that's in stock? Maybe not a 65, but if you're into 60s, the Pangea Mini. That was an amazing board. The Encore still has some units, albeit the expensive ones, but still has some units. And then definitely some Mode stuff is there, Mode always got it. Yeah, Mode has some good stuff. I'd pick up Mode stuff if I was you. Mode always has some decent stuff, dude. Mode always got it, man. Yeah, Mode always has some neat stuff. I caught my Pangea not too long ago. Pangea is super nice, bro. Tofu's still worth getting, in my opinion, 100%. Yeah, Kono legally closes last month, but they've been mentally closed, I feel like, since like 3 or 4 years ago. Like, I have not shopped or wanted to shop and not trusted Kono in like 4 years, dude. Have you tried the Optimum and Wooding collab board? I have not, no. I ordered from Lube a day after Christmas and got ordered yesterday. Yeah, Lube is interesting because I feel like Lube has stuff that he's willing to ship out and stuff that I just feel like, from what I've seen and heard from people, and I've had people approach me about it, I feel like there's just certain products and just certain things that, as much as I want to believe what's going on at Lubed, I just can't. Like, everything's just too convenient for how it lines up, and just like there's just not enough great communication. So I don't know, man. It's honestly so nice to get into a different way of experiencing music, body, network streamer, and hi-fi stereo setup with a good sub. You can also just stream music to it. Vinyl, however, just sounds so different. So warm and overall just fun to collect. It is. It is warmer for sure. I've listened to vinyl with good headphones and oh man, it's so good. Makes you appreciate the album? Yes, it does. Apos is a good new vendor. Yeah, Apos has been really solid so far. I'll give Apos that. Apos has been absolutely fantastic. I have no idea what's going on with Vala. I stopped caring about Vala and stopped looking into them because I just removed them from my lists and stuff like 6 or 7 months ago. Probably more. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with them anymore. I just don't trust them. I don't know if Apos can help you get GMK Kono. The two GMK sets Kono owes you. You can ask. I'm not too sure though. Maybe they have access to something like that. Vala has not paid their invoice for the Crush 65. Yeah, guys, what I recommend, because this is always going to be impossible for anyone. Like, I could literally, for example, talk, let's just say if Fried owned a store, me and Fried could communicate every day and I can be like, you know what guys, Fried's always communicating with me, his store's awesome. Then one day, if Fried just decides he doesn't want to run the store anymore, he can leave. I would try, like when you're doing shopping in hobby worlds like this, where vendors aren't big businesses with tons of experience and, you know, they don't have like fallback plans, I would try to look at as many sources of information you can before making a purchase. Obviously, even that's never going to be the most perfect thing in the world, but discuss in Discord is like the best thing I can tell you guys. Like, get other people's opinions in Discord. That would be like the biggest thing. Join the community and talk to people and see. How are you going to review the keyboard article? Like 5 keyboard picks and 5 for the community. So, okay, here's what's happening. If you guys have it, the keyboard form for you guys to fill out is in Discord. Let me quickly go to Sheets. If you guys want to participate in the community aspect of ranking your favorite keyboards for the last year, it's in Discord. It's in the news section. Hold on one sec. Here, responses. There is going to be most innovative keyboard of the year, most influential keyboard of the year, best designed, best budget/value pick, best new brand or designer. That I changed because I feel like designer is also important there. Best keycap set of 2024, and then the best accessory, and then the best overall keyboard. I may remove 1 or 2 of these from the overall thing at the very end, just because I'm not sure if all of these need to be here. But there's definitely been a lot of the same picks. Like, there's clearly some community favorites here. I think the tough one is going to be like the most influential and best overall. The best overall, not a lot of people have picked the same thing. But the more of you guys who write this and enter for this, the cooler I think it would be. It's in the news section of my Discord. I didn't code it myself, coded parts of it, but most of it's just a website builder. But I did make it myself. All right, though, guys. I think that's pretty much it for the stream today, by the way. I just realized we've been streaming for almost 2.5 hours. So nice. Who did that? Who did that? Thank you for buying a shirt, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Let's go do this and figure out someone to raid. And then I'm going to work on writing some stuff here. I want to buy a new order from Diviniki and I want to build a platelist, but they require you to buy a plate. That doesn't sound right. They shouldn't require you to buy a plate because you can build a plateless. I would ask about that. I would see what they say. I would send them maybe a DM. Because it is cheaper without buying a plate. Let's go raid Marshmallows. They're building a keyboard right now. You guys have a good day. Love you guys. Thanks for being here and chilling and hanging out. I'll be online tomorrow. It's a normal stream week coming up. So it's going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m., I think. So I'll see you guys later. I'll put the schedule later tonight in Discord. And love you guys. Have a good one. Stay cozy and comfy for today. And just try to relax. It's a Sunday, guys. And bye, everybody. Love you. See ya. Bye-bye.